Hello everyone. I would like to share with you an important principle in logic. But before then, let's look at what we mean by an implication. An implication is any statement which you can formulate in the form if P, then Q, where P and Q are simple statements called the premise and the consequent, respectively. Now the principle states, if the premise is false, then the implication is true. Now why is this principle true? If an impossible event occurs, then everything else is possible. If something you believe cannot happen, happens, then you must be prepared for anything else. It's important for us to note that the principle is not asserting the premise, rather it's assuming it. The word if, which begins the statement, invites us to assume the impossible. Here are some examples. If a triangle has 5 sides, then it is a rectangle. We easily say this is true because we believe that there is no triangle that has 5 sides. And so if you say, if a student says to you, if I manage to bring a 5-sided triangle to you, sir, please allow me to call it a rectangle. You say, oh, no problem, yes, because you believe he or she is not going to get it from anywhere. On the other hand, if it becomes a reality that a 5-sided triangle exists, then you must be prepared to allow whoever to call it a rectangle. You cannot deny the statement. In a world where triangles have 5 sides, if the inhabitants of that world say they refer to such figures as a rectangle, you cannot deny that. To deny this assertion, you have to produce a 5-sided triangle, which is not a rectangle. Unless and until you do that, you cannot deny the statement. If a man gets pregnant, then he is a special human. If a man gets pregnant, then he is a woman. So, if the premise is false, anything else follows. If 2 is greater than 5, then 5 as well could be less than 1. Now, we all make use of this statement in our daily lives. For instance, we say, if wishes were horses, beggars would ride. We know wishes are not horses, but we are saying if they were, beggars would ride. In fact, if wishes were horses, not only would beggars ride, beggars would build mansions, beggars would fly aeroplanes, beggars will do anything. If Kofi beats me in this game of draft, then I am not me. Of course, everyone is himself or everyone is herself. How can you not be me? A person who makes this statement believes that it is impossible for Kofi to beat him in a game of draft. If this woman beats me, then I am not a man. Not so long ago last year, actor turned politician John Dumelo said, if Presec beats Achimota School in the NSMQ, I would walk backward barefooted from Ayawaso constituency to Presec. He believed the premise is false. The premise here is Presec beats Achimota School in the NSMQ. I am not sure he was prepared to walk barefooted, but because he believed it wasn't going to be possible, he said this premise is not false anyway, but we are just showing how we all make use of the principle. This principle and many others have been well explained in Thinking Mathematics.